Midweek baseball. It is a rare Wednesday night game here at Vintage Throne Stadium in Springwater Township as the Brantford Red Sox are back to battle the Barrie Baycats here on Baycats TV. Hi again, everybody, and welcome. With Julius Hern, I'm Ben Davy. Well, these two teams will meet for the third time on this field together this season. That's because tonight's game, Julius, is the resumption of a match that began between these clubs almost 2 weeks ago on Thursday, June the 13th.
Yeah, and so we're going to come into this game with one out in the top of the first inning. Luckily for the Baycats, they only have to get 26 outs tonight, so they're going to come into this one full count on the second hitter of the game for Brantford.
All right, we're ready to join tonight's game in progress. To set it all up for us, here's public address announcer Rob Daniels.
Ladies and gentlemen, girls and boys, welcome to Vintage Throne Stadium for season number 23 of Barrie Baycats Baseball. Tonight's Inter-County Baseball League game features the visiting Brantford Red Sox and your Barrie Baycats. Here are tonight's starting lineups. First for the Brantford Red Sox, managed by Ken Lupton. Batting first at shortstop, number 27, Gus Wilson. Batting second, the third baseman, number 10, Kieran Bowles. Batting third in right field, number 13, Vaibhav Desai. Batting fourth, the first baseman, number 25, Nick Burdett. Batting fifth, the catcher, number 12, Jeremy Veilleux. Batting sixth at second base, number 23, Jarrett Lupton. Batting seventh, the center fielder, number 46, David Alvarez. Batting eighth, the designated hitter, number 19, Evan Ryan. Batting ninth, the left fielder, number 43, Luke Allen. And on the mound tonight for the Red Sox, number 21, Ricky Alvarez de Luco. And now, the starting lineup for your Barrie Baycats, managed by Josh Matlow. Batting first in center field, number 9, Kenise Ejo. Batting second in right field, number 95, Noel McGarry Doyle. Batting third, the left fielder, number 2, Ricky Phillips. Batting fourth, the designated hitter, number 47, Brad McQuinn. Batting fifth, the third baseman, number 55, Hayden Jaco. Batting sixth, the second baseman, number 7, Royce Endo. Batting seventh at first base, number 20, Nolan Macabroda. Batting eighth, the catcher, number 44, Tyler Plumpton. And batting ninth, the shortstop, number 3, Carson Burns. On the mound tonight for your Baycats, number 32, Christian Lazar. Here are the umpires for tonight's game. Calling the balls and strikes, we have Ryan Jackson. Handling first base, Scott Costello. And at third base, Preston Hughes. Fans, tonight is Healthcare Worker Appreciation Night. The Barrie Baycats would like to celebrate and recognize the efforts of our great doctors and nurses who work tirelessly to treat people in need in our community. Thank you so much for your service. Fans, can you please rise if you are able to, and kindly remove your hats for the playing of our national anthem. Thank you.
Baycats and Red Sox ready to resume the game that began here on June 13th between these clubs, and a bit of a different look for both sides as we get this one started here tonight. Let's take you through some of those changes. First, the starting lineup for the Brantford Red Sox. It's Gus Wilson back in the leadoff spot at short. Kieran Bowles, the third baseman, is going to settle in here to the box to get this game resumed in just a moment. He's at third base batting second. Vaibhav Desai, the right fielder, bats third. Nick Burdett, the cleanup man, at first base. Jeremy Veilleux catching and batting fifth. Jared Lupton at second base, batting sixth. Then a couple of changes. David Alvarez will bat in Matt Torrenson's spot in center field in the number 7 position in the order. Evan Ryan, the DH, bats eighth. And then Luke Allen is the number 9 hitter tonight in left field, vacated by Graham Tebbett, who started in left field in the number 9 spot 13 days ago.
And on the mound for the Barrie Baycats, prep this game like a starter, but technically coming in as a reliever, it's Christian Lazar, who comes into this one after 5 1/3 innings on the season in 4 appearances, a 6.75 ERA, but that's really inflated by his last outing, June 9th, right here against London. He got through 2/3 of an inning with no stress at all, and then after that, really got away from 3 earned runs on 5 hits and 7 batters faced in that one, really inflating his ERA up to this point, but he's looking for a fresh start, literally a start as he prepped for it today.
Really nice addition to this Baycats bullpen, as you mentioned, essentially a starter here tonight coming into this game. Just 13 pitches into this ball game. That's all we got in here 2 Thursday nights ago. 1 out was recorded before lightning flashed and rain flooded the field. So this game begins in the top of the first with 1 out and a 3-2 count on the number 1 hitter, Kieran Bowles. And this has got to be a weird feeling, stepping in to start a game with a full count against you, but such is the case here tonight.
You can't take a first pitch strike here. You have to, protect the plate right off the hop.
Umpire tonight is Ryan Jackson at home plate, Scott Costello, the first baseman, and Preston Hughes at third. So the umpire, Ryan Jackson, letting us all know the count is 3 balls and 2 strikes to Kieran Bowles. The pitch from Lazar is outside, ball 4, and the resumption of this game begins with the Red Sox first base runner.
Well, there's something you don't see very often, a walk on the first pitch of what could be, it feels like a first pitch of the game. And we'll give you the defense for the Barrie Baycats. Ricky Phillips, Canisijo, and Noel McGarry-Doyle from left to right in the outfield. Hayden Jaco takes over for Adam Ott at third. Carson Burns at short. Roy Sando takes over for Zach Orchard at second. Nolan McAbrode at first. And then Tyler Plumpton takes over for Hayden Jaco, who originally started this game as the catcher, with Christian Lazar on the mound.
So Bowles is aboard. He does not have a stolen base yet this season, has been caught once. Vaibhav Desai with a count 1-1. Nick Burdett, the cleanup man, is on deck. Lazar to Desai, and he hits it to right field. And retreating back and making the catch up high is Noel McGarry-Doyle. 2 out in the inning.
First baseman number 25, Nick Burdett.
So Burdett will come to the plate. Off to a bit of a slow start, just a 180 average through 15 games. Looking to get things going here in the 2024 season, the veteran. Big left-hander. Digs in here against left-hander Christian Lazar. Swing and a miss through the first offering, strike 1.
Yeah, he's struggling average-wise, but his on-base percentage is .348. That's all thanks to 11 walks on the season so far for him.
Runner does not go, and it's fouled off to the right side. 0-2. Lazar, an IBL veteran, 5.5 years in Hamilton and then a half a season in Welland before missing all of 2023 due to injury. Returns to the IBL with the Baycats here in 2024. Best year was with the Cardinals in 2019. He went 7-3 that year, 10 starts, a 2.21 earned run average.
Yeah, more of a starter in the front half of his IBL career, but came to the Baycats knowing that he could take on whatever role Josh Matlow asked of him.
Runner goes. And it's fouled off near the Brantford dugout, and it will be out of play. So the count will hold at 1 ball and 2 strikes.
So this is Lazar's 5th appearance of the season. First year back after recovering from a torn labrum he suffered a couple years ago, and it was really bugging him over the 2021-2022 seasons.
1-2 to Burdett. High. Runner stays put. Count is even 2-2. Turned 27 last week, so I mean, even though he's been in this league for a long time, he's still got a lot of baseball years left. Alumni of the University of Sioux Falls. And another foul ball. Count is 2 balls and 2 strikes.
A lot of accolades for Lazar, too, and IBL Rookie of the Year to his credit, and a couple first-team All-Star appearances and a second team to go along with it.
Bulls at first, 2 out of the inning, and he draws a throw. First disengagement for Lazar, this at bat. Looks at the runner, leg kick, and the delivery. Off speed, and it's a fly ball to right field. Gary Doyle seeing that one all the way, has it for the out. And that'll do it for the Red Sox in the top half of the first inning. They strand a runner, no score, as the Baycats come to bat in the bottom of the first. You're watching Baycats TV and Rogers TV in Barrie.
Brantford in the first, no runs, no hits, no errors, 1 left on base.
The best of the Intercounty Baseball League descend on the Rose City on July 20th as the 2023 Dominico Cup champion Welland Jackfish and Welland Stadium host the 2024 Intercounty Baseball League All-Star Showdown and Home Run Derby.
From basic to cosmetic dentistry, Smiles on Essa Dental has all your dental needs covered to knock your oral health out of the park.
Hi, I'm Christy Fans from Fenner Chrysler and Barrie Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. This year, we are the community partners of the Barrie Baycats. Community is near and dear to our hearts here at the dealerships and one of our core values, so we can support local and shop local.
Moving.ca. For all your moving needs for over 35 years, Moving.ca. The original 2 men who just happen to be small, who make moving stress-free. 2 small men with big hearts moving. We always have a big heart for you at Moving.ca.
At Domino's, mix and match any 2 or more pizzas and sides for just $8.99 each. Like when pizza night's more like pizza and lava cakes night, or pasta and stuffed cheesy bread night, or we're gonna need a bigger table night. Mix and match Canada's favorite pizza and more at Domino's.
Baycats coming up in the bottom of the first inning here at Vintage Throne Stadium, and it's brought to you by McDonald's in Barrie, home of the free fries with 5 Baycat strikeouts.
Well, Josh Matlow has made some substitutions from the original lineup for this game, and a reminder that any of those original players being removed are not eligible later on to come into the game as pinch hitters or defensive replacements. So here's the order as we have it. Kenise Ejo, Noel McGarry Doyle, and Ricky Phillips, the top 3. Brad McQuinn, the DH, batting 4th. Hayden Jaco, Roy Sando to follow. Bottom third of the order, Nolan Macabrota, Tyler Plumpton, and Carson Burns. There were 4 players in the original lineup for Josh Matlow: Ryan Rio, Adam Odd, Noah Hull, and Zachary Orchard. Those 4 players not eligible to come back into this game. Swing and a miss by Ejo. So it's an 0-2 count. Ricky Alvarez de Lugo. High and in. DeLugo was the scheduled starter for this game on June the 13th. So he's back out there on the mound as scheduled. Didn't get any pitches in that night, though. Outside corner for a called strike 3. Ejo caught looking, 1 out in the inning.
Give the defense here for the Brantford Red Sox. Taking over in left field for Graham Tebbett is Luke Allen. Meanwhile, David Alvarez is in center field for Matt Torrenson. Both those 2 substitutions after this game was suspended. Vibe Desais in right field, Kieran Bowles at third, Gus Wilson at short, Jared Lupton at second base, Nick Burdett at first with Jeremy Veilleux behind the dish.
First pitch to Noel McGarry Doyle, and it's a called strike. Well, we had some torrential rain that interrupted that game on June the 13th, and to be honest, we weren't sure if we were going to get tonight's game in. Similar situation with a severe thunderstorm warning and a lot of rain in the middle part of the afternoon, but it cleared up around 5:30, and we got a beautiful night for baseball here at the moment.
And all credit to the grounds crew getting this field looking spectacular, actually.
I asked one of the grounds crew workers because I was curious. I didn't actually get out on the field this evening, but I just asked her what the field conditions were, and she said, wet. So I felt silly, and I said, okay, we'll use that on the broadcast. Foul back to the screen. Hopefully everyone's able to keep their traction out there on the wet grass. The dirt looks pretty good, to be honest with you.
It really does, especially right around the plate. It looks like they added a lot of, extra dirt or sand.
Change up as he pulled the string on it, and it's inside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. On the ground, and that'll go through into center field for a base hit. So Noel McGarry Doyle, who's been on an absolute tear since rejoining the Baycats, is aboard with a 1-out single.
And now he's had hits in all 5 games since rejoining the Baycats this season, making that now 10 for 19 on the year here in 2024.
Ricky Phillips hitting .241. Baycat rookie in his first year.
Look at that one hit the bat. No
Right
real reaction from Phillips there.
Yeah, kind of just went off, I think, the knob. Down near the hands.
Yeah.
McGarry Doyle at first with 1 out in the inning. And this one's over the shortstop into the left center field. Around second is McGarry Doyle. It'll be first and third with 1 out.
Perfect swing on that one from Ricky Phillips. Just exactly what you want to see, a line drive right over the infield. And we all know he's a base stealer, 11 on the year. Dangerous situation here for the Baycats earlier in the first.
Cleanup man Brad McQuinn comes to the plate, the designated hitter. Not normally a guy that you would see in the number 4 spot, but he is in for Ryan Rio, who started this game. Didn't really start, but was penciled into the lineup as the DH. So the substitution makes Rio ineligible tonight. Called strike to Brad McQuinn.
Well, Brad McQuinn was telling me that him and Andrew White and Jeremy Uhlenbrook, the other 2 coaches on the staff, are really trying to reinvent his swing over the last few weeks, and all kind of culminated in an RBI double he had on Sunday in Brantford.
Runner goes, swing and a miss. Throw down, the tag, and they got him. Staying at third is McGarry Doyle, so Phillips caught stealing.
I'd like to think that if Phillips dove instead of slid feet first, he would have had, it would have been right lower to the ground, easier to get to the bag. I don't believe that tag would have got him in time.
Foul back to the screen. So Phillips has been caught stealing 5 times this season, more than any other Baycat. Baycats have only been caught stealing 8 times as a team. Phillips with 5 of them. Count 0-2. Pitch to McQuinn. On the ground to second base. And the throw is made by Jared Lupton, and that will do it for the Baycats. They strand a runner, and we are still scoreless through an inning here at Vintage Throne Stadium. You're watching Baycats TV and Rogers TV in Barrie. From basic to cosmetic dentistry, Smiles on Essa Dental has all your dental needs covered to knock your oral health out of the park. Danielle May Real Estate, supporting the Barrie Baycats and ready to help with all of your real estate questions. What is your home worth? Should you sell now or wait? Danielle is dedicated to your success. The next time you think real estate, think Danielle May. To the second inning at Vintage Throne Stadium, Brantford Red Sox, Barrie Baycats in a scoreless tie. Jeremy Veilleux, Jared Lupton, and David Alvarez due up for Brantford.
Catcher number 12, Jeremy Veilleux.
Veilleux hitting .279 through 16 games for the Red Sox. Up here to face left-hander Christian Lazar. So Cesar Rosado started this game. He will not pitch tonight through 13 pitches. The start of the game lasted just 4 minutes. And you can find those 4 minutes on our Baycats TV page on YouTube if you really want to see them. If not, we can tell you. Rosado struck out the leadoff man Gus Wilson on 5 pitches, then threw 8 pitches to Kieran Bowles. And this game picked up there at that 3-2 count. Bowles would draw a walk. Brantford's lone base runner in the first. Well, 13 pitches for Cesar Rosado before the game was postponed.
Well, I'll tell you what, Christian Lazar, this technically is a relief appearance, but he prepared for this game like it was a start. Like he's getting back into the groove of being a starter again like he was the last few years of his career.
Shallow fly ball. Canisijo with lots of time to come in and take it for the out. Well, it helps when you know that it's going to be a start, too, and you're not kind of thrown into a situation due to an injury or some other unforeseen circumstance. So Lazar was able to prepare for this as if it was a start. Once that initial strangeness of the 3-2 count got out of the way, I'm sure he can just sort of settle down and treat it like any other ball game.
Well, I'll tell you what, going on the field, before this game started, he was in the dugout just all by himself, couldn't talk to him at all. He was locked into whatever he had going on mentally, his routine to get started for this game.
Very Roy Halladay-esque. A lot of big league players, so Blue Jays especially, said that when Roy was scheduled to pitch, you couldn't talk to him. You'd walk right by him in the clubhouse, and he wouldn't even look at you. It was just a tunnel vision.
Very much the same thing for Lazar.
And Lazar is one of the nicest guys you'll ever talk to and meet on a normal night. He'll talk to you all day if he's not starting. Right up the middle to the shortstop, and it's mishandled by Carson Burns. First arrow, I will presume.
David Alvarez.
So we get the nod from our scorekeeper, Gary Mason. So an error on Burns to put Lupton aboard, and here's David Alvarez.
That's just the second error of the season for Carson Burns. So it's been really sound defensively all year for the Baycats.
Have you been catching yourself looking at the scoreboard tonight?
Actually, I have.
We've got a brand new scoreboard that won't be working until tomorrow. So in the meantime, we're really relying on our monitor here for the balls and strikes. And home plate umpire Ryan Jackson, who's showing us the count on his hands more than the home plate umpire usually will. He's aware of the situation, but beautiful new scoreboard in right field that we're going to get to enjoy starting tomorrow. Catch is made by the third baseman Hayden Jaco in foul territory, 2 outs. Fans were really oohing and awing over that sight when they walked into the ballpark here tonight. Lots of excitement about that. A board that shows the full 9 innings and just so much more on there to kind of give you the game overview than the previous scoreboard that we've had here for so long. So 2 outs in the inning, and this is Evan Ryan, the DH. And we don't have a center field camera tonight either, so that's the other difference with tonight's broadcast. Our apologies for that, but things will look pretty good tomorrow when everything's up and running.
So I heard the plan was that they were going to have the scoreboard ready for tomorrow, but because this game was a makeup, they weren't going to be able to push that forward another day. So they shut down the video board and the scoreboard wiring, but also with that, our center field camera runs on the same circuit.
No balls, 2 strikes. Runner goes, off speed, it's high and outside, and the throw sails wide. So Lupton to second, 2 out of the inning, and the count is 1-2.
That was a perfect opportunity for Plumpton to show the home crowd what he's made of in terms of his arm. He has thrown some runners out this year, but a perfect pitch out opportunity right there, and wildly inaccurate on the throw.
Runner leads, here's the pitch. And he swings and misses. Ryan not happy about it. He thought he held up. Home plate umpire Ryan Jackson saying, no, you didn't. And he will head back to the dugout, and the Baycats will head off the field. So we're through an inning and a half. Still scoreless at Vintage Throne Stadium between the Red Sox and the Baycats.
Visit Alliance Billiards and Sports in the northeast end of Barrie. A fun, friendly family environment offering pool, darts, karaoke, and live entertainment. Enjoy a large variety of delicious food and drinks on the patio. You'll come as a stranger and leave as a friend. From basic to cosmetic dentistry, Smiles on Essa Dental has all your dental needs covered to knock your oral health out of the park. BarrieToday.com. Local news, weather, Baycat scores, and more. BarrieToday.com. Your community, your news.
Welcome back to the second inning of play between the Brantford Red Sox and the Barrie Baycats, and it's brought to you by JC Unlimited Contracting. Design, supply, build, renovate, servicing Simcoe region for over a decade.
All right, here comes Hayden Jaco to face Ricky DeLugo. Officially Ricardo Alvarez DeLugo, 25-year-old right-hander from Belrose, New York. Jaco, Ando, and Macabrota due up for the Baycats here in the second inning. DeLugo's pitch, called strike on the outside corner.
DeLugo, another one of those pitchers the Baycats have seen quite a few times this season where they've been pitching from the stretch, even when there's nobody on base. Kind of quickens up the pace a little bit.
That seems to be a more common thing with pitchers. High fly ball to left field. This is Luke Allen. He's got it for the out.
DeLugo pitches collegiately at Toronto Metropolitan University at the OUA club varsity level and had plenty of IBL experience last couple seasons. Last outing was June 16th against Toronto. He was slated to pitch this game June 13th, ended up getting his outing in that same week. Actually took the loss in that game after 2 2/3, gave up 7 earned runs.
Roy Sando, a 4-year Baycat, and a former Spartan from Michigan State University. Back with Barrie here in 2024. Sando 2 for 6 in the game last Sunday against Brantford. Swing and a miss there. It's a ball and 2 strikes. Sando's got the average up to 273. Just his 3rd game here in this season, and that one's high and in. Two balls, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. Second strikeout of the game for Ricky DeLugo.
Yeah, Roy Sando, strikeouts have been a common theme for him over the last couple of seasons. But another one of those guys who's just eager to hit, eager to make contact in any way possible. He doesn't want to strike out, obviously, but also wants to touch the outfield grass however he can.
6 strikeouts on the season now for DeLugo. This is Nolan Macabrota, the Baycat rookie. First-year Baycat hitting .316, and he'll add to that with a base hit to center field. So the Baycats with base runners in back-to-back innings here, and it's a 2-out single as Tyler Plumpton will come to the plate.
Macabrota's really had Brantford's number this year. If you remember, the first time these two teams played this year, he had that game-winning home run against Norman Coleman Goodwin, and Baycats eventually won that game 3-2 off of that go-ahead home run.
First pitch, and it's a called strike to Plumpton. Plumpton definitely being used a lot this season, making up for lost time due to injury a year ago. This is his 10th game for the Baycats. A .375 average, red hot at the plate. Runner leads, does not go. It's a ground ball to second base. Gloved cleanly by Jarrett Lupton to first in time for the out. Baycats stranded another base runner here in the 2nd inning. Still scoreless between the Red Sox and the Baycats on Baycats TV and Rogers TV in Barrie.
Moving.ca. For all your moving needs for over 35 years, Moving.ca. The original 2 men who just happen to be small, who make moving stress-free. 2 small men with big hearts moving. We always have a big heart for you at Moving.ca. The only North Barrie Market, your go-to for homemade meals, catering service, and the freshest locally sourced meat. Get ready for an unforgettable barbecue experience with Barrie Best Barbecue coming soon. All at North Barrie Market, 580 Bayfield. The Collingwood Brewery at 10 Sanford Fleming, producing delicious lagers, ales, and seltzers since 2014. The proud home of the Baycats Brew. Check out their retail shop and tap room, and select products at the LCBO, beer store, and grocery stores. Cheers, and go Baycats! From basic to cosmetic dentistry, Smiles on Essa Dental has all your dental needs covered to knock your oral health out of the park.
Red Sox and Baycats scoreless on this now beautiful Wednesday night at Vintage Throne Stadium. The resumption of a game that began a couple of weeks ago, and we've got a nice sky above us, a little bit of cloud cover, but still some sunshine streaming in here, and a very comfortable 18 degrees. All the rain has moved out of the way, and fans here tonight enjoying some baseball on a Wednesday night. Showing bunt is Allen, and it's fouled away. Want to mention, for the first time in 8 years, the Intercounty Baseball League will have an all-star game. The last time that happened was in 2016, and it'll be played in Welland this year. A lazy pop-up to the right side. It'll be the second baseman, Roy Sando, back on the outfield grass, one away. So sure some Barrie Baycats will be represented. You will have an opportunity to vote on those players and then enjoy the game in Welland on July the 20th. That's coming up pretty soon, less than a month away.
Yeah, the last couple times the IBL's had an all-star game, it was at this ballpark. I believe it will be the same format where the defending champions will play the league all-stars, but that's what it used to be. I believe now it's going to be like a north and south game. So like the more northern teams in the league will play the more southern teams in the league.
Yeah, not sure yet as far as the makeup of the teams, as far as how that's going to all go down. I'm sure we'll get more details as the game approaches, but it's a full day of festivities. So if you want to go down to Welland for it, it all starts at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And there's going to be a home run derby. There's going to be all kinds of autograph opportunities. Fly ball to right center. Ejo running over to make the catch. 2 down. So there is a link that we'll give you right here just so that you can buy your tickets online. Showpass.com/allstar. The voting for players closes on July 5th. So that's coming pretty soon, but a little over a week away. So vote for your favorite IBL stars. Hopefully some Baycats will be in there. And showpass.com/allstar. Or you can go to the Welland Jackfish website. That works as well.
Something I've noticed when you go on the site to vote for all-stars, if there isn't a player on there you want to vote for, you can write in a player.
Yeah, that's a good idea. You can write in Julius Hern if you want. Where do you want to play out there? Pick a position.
I mostly played outfield when I was playing baseball, but I can play the hot corner a little bit.
Oh, wow. I'd be too nervous to play third base.
Mostly outfield and corner infield for me.
Yeah. Zero margin for error at third base as far as reaction time goes. This one to left, shallow, and it'll bounce. In front of the left fielder sprinting in, Ricky Phillips. So it's a base hit with 2 outs here in the third for Kieran Bowles.
Right fielder number 13, Vaibhav Desai.
Well, congrats to the Welland Jackfish, IBL Commissioner Ted Kalnins, everybody that was been a part of bringing the All-Star game back to the Intercounty Baseball League. That is going to be just an absolute wonderful time in Welland. And, of course, it's open to fans from all teams, so hopefully there'll be a good contingent of fans from all across the IBL that make it down there for that.
Remember the last time they had an all-star game here, they also had a home run derby. I'd like to see that come back. That'd be really cool.
Well, I think I saw that there is going to be a home run derby this year. So there's some info on the IBL website. High pop-up. We've had a bunch of these tonight. This one to the right side. And it's the first baseman over near the pitcher's mound. Nolan Macabrota taking that for the out. So the Red Sox strand a runner in the top of the third inning. We're through 2.5. Still scoreless between the Baycats and the Red Sox. You're watching Baycats TV and Rogers TV in Barrie.
From basic to cosmetic dentistry, Smiles on ESSA Dental has all your dental needs covered to knock your oral health out of the park.
Domino's, mix and match any 2 or more pizzas and sides for just $8.99 each. Like when pizza night's more like pizza and lava cakes night, or pasta and stuffed cheesy bread night, or we're gonna need a bigger table night. Mix and match Canada's favorite pizza and more at Domino's.
Hi, I'm Chrissy Fans from Hern and Barrie Dodge Jeep Ram. This year, we are the community partners of the Barrie Baycats. Community is near and dear to our hearts here at the dealerships and one of our core values, so we can support local and shop local.
Welcome back to Vintage Throne Stadium. No score between the Brantford Red Sox and the Barrie Baycats. This third inning is brought to you by Render 3D Quick, the #1 architectural 3D rendering company in Canada, working with thousands of builders, developers, architects, and more.
And the only player that has yet to bat is this man at the plate here, the #9 hitter, Carson Burns, the shortstop. And then it's back to the top of the order for Kinisejo and Noel McGarry-Doyle. Scoreless tie between the Red Sox and Baycats. Barrie with 3 hits, Red Sox with 1. Each team has stranded runners so far. The Red Sox 3, 1 in each inning. Baycats with 2, 1 in each inning.
Can't forget the last time Carson Burns played. It was at this ballpark last week against Kitchener. 3 for 4 day with 3 singles, a walk, and 3 stolen bases.
In the #2 spot, I believe, right?
Yeah, he was. But he's back down to #9 today.
Yeah, it was a short-lived experiment by Josh Matlow, but it sure worked out that day.
Yeah, and I asked Josh Matlow and Carson Burns after the game, and they said it was more of a conversation just to see if they can get something different working for Carson Burns, and it sure paid off against Kitchener.
And he lines this one to right field, and it'll bounce in front of and past Vaibhav Desai. Back to pick it up, the throw in, and the tag is not in time. That was closer at second than I think Burns might have expected. But he's in with a double, and the Baycats get the leadoff man aboard.
Yeah, I wonder if that's going to be an error on Vaibhav Desai. Didn't look he even got like he got a glove on it. Just went right through him or right under his glove. But nonetheless, that's...
No error on that play, so it'll go as a double. But yeah, definitely one he would have loved to have had back to keep that ball in front of him, I'm sure. So the Baycats get the leadoff man aboard here for the first time in this game. A swing and a miss by Ejo, who is way out in front of that changeup.
Just the second extra base hit of the season for Carson Burns.
Ejo struck out looking to open up the bottom of the first. Here's the pitch, and it's lifted to the shallow right center field side, and it'll be the right fielder, Vaibhav Desai, taking that for the out. The runner tags, and it's a high throw, but backed up nicely by the pitcher. Ricky DeLogo in the right spot.
Right fielder number 95, Noel McGarry.
Got strong base running from Carson Burns, realizing that it's far enough back away from third base that he can make a nice effort for it. And the throw from Desai was way long, but like you said, heads up play by DeLugo to back that one up.
That's the kind of situation there that coaches love to have on video to show their young ball players, and especially pitchers, how to back up the defense. And that high throw, it definitely saved a run. Time is called as McGarry-Doyle steps out and steps back in. So runner at third, Burns 90 feet away, 1 out in the third. Baycats looking to get on the board here. Curveball misses outside.
The entire infield for Brantford playing in or at the edge of the grass.
Burns with a big lead, a swing and a miss. Count is 1-1. We've seen the Baycats bunt quite a bit this season, and with runners at third, it's always a possibility. Still just 1 out in the inning. Here's the pitch, swing and a miss. Hard fastball by Ricky DeLugo, who has been varying his speeds pretty significantly here.
Well, just the way that Noel McGarry-Doyle is swinging at those last 2 pitches, I don't think bunting is anywhere near his mind today.
Probably not with a 1-2 count. Here's the pitch, and it's another high pop-up. It'll be the shortstop calling for it. On the infield grass, Gus Wilson takes it, 2 down in the inning.
Left fielder number 2.
Valuable out for the Red Sox. They can move their infield back now with 2 out.
Phillips singled and was caught stealing in the first inning. McGarry-Doyle got as far as third in the first, but And a ground out by Brad McQuinn ended that inning. So the Baycats with a runner 90 feet away for the second time.
Right there on that pitch, Phillips took it right down the middle, and he knew right away that was one that he should have offered at.
Just missed, and the count 1-1.
It's been a lot of times this year where Phillips has had a tough time with his plate discipline, taking some pitches that seem like they've been tailor-made for his kind of swing.
Third of 6 regular season matchups for the Red Sox and the Baycats. Barrie won 3-2 here. Brantford won 9-8 there. And they're going to meet again here on Sunday afternoon at 3 o'clock.
It was a wild game on Sunday, to say the least.
So these teams seeing each other 3 times in 8 days.
A couple big rallies by both teams on Sunday brought it to extra innings, and leadoff single by David Alvarez in the bottom of the 10th won it.
One pitch was all it took off Ryan Lacasse. Here's a grounder to second, and it's bobbled by Lupton. Not in time. The run will score. Well, that'll be an unearned run. Phillips is aboard. Lupton with the error. First of the game for the Red Sox.
Just not a situation you can afford that for Jared Lupton. It's a easy play routine. You got to make that. It's cost the Red Sox a run early on.
So each team has made an error here tonight, and Brad McQuinn will get an at-bat with a runner on and 2 out. 1-0 Baycats. Good patience by McQuinn laying off that pitch. These teams have a history of some back and forth games, and you mentioned that Sunday afternoon wild one, 9-8 the final. Baycats had an 8-5 lead in the bottom of the 9th, and it wasn't enough. The Red Sox scored 3 off lefty reliever Braden Pakala, just his second IBL appearance, and Brantford was able to tie the game and win it in extras. And it was Jared Lupton that afternoon. Got to start the inning at second base and came around with the game-winning run on a single off the bat of David Alvarez. Shallow left field. Luke Allen now has to take a couple steps to his right, makes the catch, and that'll do it. So Baycats strand a runner, but they get on the board. Carson Burns scoring. It's 1-0 Baycats through 3 here on Rogers TV in Barrie and Baycats TV on YouTube.
From basic to cosmetic dentistry, Smiles on ESSA Dental has all your dental needs covered to knock your oral health out of the park. Danielle May Real Estate, supporting the Barrie Baycats and ready to help with all of your real estate questions. What is your home worth? Should you sell now or wait? Danielle is dedicated to your success. The next time you think real estate, think Danielle May.
With Julius Hern, I'm Ben Davy. We're at Vintage Throne Stadium Springwater Township for the Red Sox and the Baycats. And Barrie on top 1-0 as Nick Burdett comes to the plate to lead off inning number 4.
Fourth for Brantford, first baseman number 25, Nick Burdett.
Jeremy Veilleux to follow, and Jared Lupton behind him. First pitch swinging, and it's another high pop-up. Left side, and the catch is an easy one for the third baseman, Hayden Jacob.
Man, we really have had a lot of pop-ups tonight.
Catcher number 12, Jeremy Veilleux.
Got the fans looking skywards tonight, enjoying this beautiful sky above us. Little sun, a little bit of cloud cover, just a perfect night. Temperature really dropped as well as the humidity cleared out. And the wind has picked up a little bit. This one down to third, and a nice diving play by Jaco. Gets up, makes the throw, and it's in time for the out. Hang a star on that one. 2 down in the inning.
What a play by Hayden Jaco. At first, it didn't even look like he needed to dive for it, but it worked out better for him as opposed to just getting it on the run, and was able to plant and make a perfect throw to Nolan Macabrota.
And Lazar has retired 3 in a row. Jared Lupton to the plate. He reached on an error. Shortstop in the second inning, but was unable to get any further. No swing as they appeal at third. Preston Hughes handling duties on the left side. Fastball misses outside. And it's a 2-1 count. Just one hit for the Red Sox so far here in this ball game. We're in the fourth, and now time is called. Lupton steps back in. Pitch from Lazar. Called strike 2.
I mentioned this about Red Sox pitcher DeLugo. Chris Lazar, another one of the pitchers who likes to work from the stretch with nobody on.
Slowed that one down. It's popped foul off the top of a bench near us. And it caroms off the roof of the press box and caught by a young fan. Here's the pitch from Lazar. And a foul into the glove, strike 3. So, 3 up, 3 down inning. First one for Lazar today. We played 3.5. Barrie on top 1-0 on Baycats TV and Rogers TV in Barrie.
Visit Alliance Billiards and Sports in the northeast end of Barrie. A fun, friendly family environment offering pool, darts, karaoke, and live entertainment. Enjoy a large variety of delicious food and drinks on the patio. You'll come as a stranger and leave as a friend. From basic to cosmetic dentistry, Smiles on Essa Dental has all your dental needs covered to knock your oral health out of the park. BarrieToday.com. Local news, weather, Baycat scores, and more. BarrieToday.com. Your community, your news.
Welcome back to Vintage Throne Stadium. The Baycats trying to add on to a 1-0 lead here in the fourth, and they're brought to you by Clarkson Bins and Junk Removal, the local source for simple, clean, and reliable disposal bin rental and junk removal services.
Here's the guy that made that big defensive play over at third to lead off the fourth for the Baycats. Hayden Jaco, Roy Sando, and Nolan Macabrota to follow. Against right-hander Ricky DeLugo. 1-0 Baycats. Bottom of the 4th inning. Righty-righty matchup here. First pitch to Jaco. It's a curveball for a strike.
Hayden Jaco off to a hot start this year through 42 plate appearances, a .433 average and a .1295 OPS.
Swing and a miss. Well, Julius, you're a lot like myself. We enjoy a good baseball statistical oddity, and we were talking about this during the break, involving Baycats reliever Ryan Lacasse, who has some interesting numbers. He was the losing pitcher for the Baycats on Sunday in Brantford. Actually got the final out of the 9th, and then the winning run came off of him in the 10th. It was an unearned run, and he was still charged with the loss.
Yeah, so he is available out of the bullpen today, but through 4 appearances, he's given up 3 runs, none of them earned, and he has a 0-1 record.
Deep to left field, and that ball is gone! Solo home run for Hayden Jaco. Barrie on top, 2-0.
That ball got out of here in a hurry, like a perfect swing off the bat of Hayden Jaco, right in the sweet spot of the barrel, and it's 2-0 Baycats.
Second baseman number 7, Royce Ando.
So Royce Ando comes to the plate, and the Baycats making some noise offensively here, right in the middle of our interesting conversation about Ryan Lacasse. As is often the case, we won't complain about that, but Lacasse has yet to allow an earned run. Was charged with the loss in the game on Sunday. So that's something that you're just not going to see on the stat sheet a whole lot.
Another thing about Lacasse, his first IBL appearance this year, a 4-inning save. Another thing you don't see that often at all.
Yeah, and the reason for that run being unearned in the 10th is because of the new rule involving the free base runner at second in extra innings. So Lacasse came into the game with a runner in scoring position. That's an unearned run. So Lacasse still officially has that ERA of 0 despite an 0-1 run record in 6 innings of work. Popped foul. Royce Ando at the plate. Baycats up 2-0 here over the Red Sox. Another pop-up. This one to the right side for Nick Burdett in foul territory, takes it for the out.
First baseman number 20, Nolan Macabrona.
I was mentioning earlier, last play appearance for Nolan Macabrona, how hot he's been against Brantford this year. I mentioned the home run the last time they played at this ballpark. Well, he was also 2 for 4 on Sunday with an RBI. Scored a run as well.
First pitch, sails high and away. Macabrona 2 for 4 on Sunday afternoon against Brantford. The run batted in. Making an impact in his rookie year, and he hits this one to center field. And reaching up and making a great catch is the center fielder, David Alvarez.
Terrific catch there from Alvarez, and he definitely got spun around. That didn't realize that ball was going to carry as far as it did, and as he was going back on it, he had to take another look and ended up spinning around and leaping and making a fine catch.
Maybe misjudging the wind a little bit, thinking that ball was going to stay in farther than it did, but just a very light breeze now blowing in from center, and the ball had more carry than he expected. Great catch. Plumpton hits this one to center field. It's a base hit with 2 outs in the 4th. So that'll keep the inning alive for the number 9 hitter, Carson Burns.
Number 3, Carson Burns.
Well, you mentioned earlier how kind of resurgent Tyler Plumpton is making up for lost time last year. The broken leg here at this ballpark, but he's now reached safely in every game he's played this year. 10 games on the season for him.
That is amazing. Manager Josh Matlow putting him in the lineup at every opportunity here in 2024. Baycats had rookie phenom Josh Cote here last season, who handled a good chunk of the catching duties before he left. And lots of playing time for Plumpton here in the 2024 season, and he has certainly made the most of it. So it's a 1-1 count to the number 9 hitter, Carson Burns. Burns doubled and scored. Lead off the third inning. Runner leads, does not go, and the pitch misses outside.
Plumpton came into this game batting .375. Now, with that base hit, moves up to .384.
Did you do that math in your head?
I did not.
Well, you're a stats geek like me. It wouldn't surprise me if you did.
There are some easy ones. I will say that, but
it gets harder the farther into the season you go.
Absolutely.
Canisijo, hopeful for an at-bat. He's on deck. Pitch to Burns. Fouled over the screen.
Burns made great contact last inning on his double. Line drive right over the head of Jarrett Lupton at second base, and ended up being a double. It got under the glove of Vibab Desai and right.
Pitch incoming from DeLugo. Fouled away again, and Burns battling hard here to keep this at bat alive.
Plumpton was on the move on that last pitch with the full count. He'll be on the move again.
Burns waggles the bat. 26-year-old waits and swings and misses through a high fastball for strike 3. But the Baycats able to add a run. It's 2-0 Barrie through 4. Julius will call innings 5 and 6 for you when we return. You're watching Baycats TV and Rogers TV in Barrie.
The only North Barrie Market, your go-to for homemade meals, catering service, and the freshest locally sourced meat. Get ready for an unforgettable barbecue experience with Barrie Best Barbecue coming soon. All at North Barrie Market, 580 Bayfield. Moving.ca. For all your moving needs for over 35 years, Moving.ca. The original two men who just happen to be small, who make moving stress-free. Two small men with big hearts moving. We always have a big heart for you at Moving.ca. The Collingwood Brewery at 10 Sanford Fleming, producing delicious lagers, ales, and seltzers since 2014. The proud home of the Baycats Brew. Check out their retail shop and tap room, and select products at the LCBO, beer store, and grocery stores. Cheers, and go Baycats! From basic to cosmetic dentistry, Smiles on Essa Dental has all your dental needs covered to knock your oral health out of the park.
Welcome back to Vintage Throne Stadium. Resuming a suspended game from June 13th between the Barrie Baycats and the Brantford Red Sox.
Center fielder number 46, David Alvarez.
2-0 lead for the Barrie Baycats as we enter the top of the fifth inning. Christian Lazar on to work his fifth inning of work. Face David Alvarez, Evan Ryan, and Luke Allen, 7, 8, 9 in the Red Sox order. Lazar has retired the last 4 batters he's seen. They peel down to third base, and Alvarez did go on that one. Counts 1-1. That one just misses inside. It's 2-1. Lazar, this is already his longest outing of the season. Like we mentioned earlier, he really prepared for this outing like a start. Line drive up the middle, a base hit for Alvarez. He continues to swing a hot bat, and the leadoff base runner is on for the Red Sox in the fifth.
Designated hitter number 19, Evan Ryan.
Alvarez was 4 for 6 on Sunday against the Baycats, including that walk-off single in the 10th. Here's Evan Ryan. Short lead for Alvarez at first. Swung on and hit into center field. Kinesijo ranging back, makes an over-the-shoulder catch for the first out.
Left fielder number 43, Luke Allen.
Here's Luke Allen, just his second game of the season, but had a hit in that first game, 1 for 3. Popped out his first time up. He grounds it to first, and it gets under the glove of Nolan Macabrota and into shallow right field. It's kind of in between bounces there for Nolan Macabrota. That's going to put 2 on for the Red Sox and 1 out.
Shortstop, number 27, Gus Wilson.
It's going to be charged an error to Macabrota. It's just the second error of the season for Baycats' first baseman. As get back to the top of the Red Sox order with Gus Wilson.
And second error of the ball game for the Baycats, and Barrie was able to avert a crisis in the second. Lazar got a couple of quick outs after the error committed by Carson Burns in the second inning.
It's the first time Lazar's had to work with 2 on. A double play in order for him. That one up high. It's 2-0.
Wilson showing some patience here, and I wonder if the Red Sox will change the approach a little bit here and maybe make Lazar work a little bit deeper into counts here. They've been swinging early in the at-bat so far this afternoon, and the Baycats have done the same at the plate. It's kept this game moving at a pretty nice pace. It's also allowed Lazar to get to the 5th inning, and they want to keep him out there for as long as possible.
As mentioned before the game, the matchup on Sunday between these two teams, outside of the rain delay, they got through 10 innings in 2 hours and 46 minutes. As a 4-pitch walk worked there by Gus Wilson, and that's going to load the bases, and Chris Lazar is going to get a meeting from Andrew White.
Second walk of the game that Lazar has offered up, and a conference on the mound. First mound visit for the Baycats of the evening. And this is a very busy stretch of games for the Baycats. As we mentioned, we're back here tomorrow when the Toronto Maple Leafs come to town. They do get Friday off. And then Saturday in Welland, Sunday back here to play Brantford again. And then they are on the schedule for the Canada Day Classic this year in London on Monday night. So the mound visit is charged. Ryan Jackson signaling to us, and Andrew White said what he had to say, and now Christian Lazar with a pretty tough task here with the bases loaded and 1 out.
I think that Monday game in London is going to be very hard on this Baycats team, especially on the road with a rabid London Majors fan base on Canada Day. Driven into left field, what's going to get down foul territory by the Red Sox bullpen.
I checked to see if they have fireworks after the game, and they do in London. So
yeah, it's going to be a 6 o'clock start at Labatt Park.
Yeah, it should be about perfect timing if the game ends around 8:30, 9 o'clock, and then the fireworks after that. And they said bring a chair because they actually have fans sit in the outfield on the outfield grass.
That's awesome.
To watch the fireworks after the game. So any Baycat fans going to make that trip on the 401? That'll be an enjoyable night, I'm sure.
Baycats infield playing in as Kieran Bowles sees that one just low for ball 1.
You've got 5 games in 6 days. You want to get as many innings out of your starters as possible.
Popped up, foul territory on the right side. Macabrota giving chase, and he's going to get there and make the catch. David Alvarez thought about tacking up at third base, but he holds up. Bases are still loaded for the Red Sox with 2 out.
Macabrota looking very confident at first base. Had plenty of foul territory in front of that Baycat dugout to make that catch, and then had the presence of mind to take that quick glance to third and just make sure that David Alvarez wasn't going anywhere.
Well, Macabrota caught it with his back turned towards Alvarez at third base. As Desai gets a pitch inside, it's 1-0. Huge spot here for Christian Lazar. The 1-0 is in there for strike one.
Mentioned the Toronto's here tomorrow night, and the Baycats still have that streak going against the Maple Leafs. They have not lost to the Leafs since Toronto eliminated them in the 2022 playoffs.
Cut on and miss. Nice breaking ball there and a slider from Christian Lazar. It's 1-2.
6-0 against the Leafs last year and 2-0 against Toronto so far in 2024.
Barrie will get the Leafs tomorrow and next Thursday. 1-2. It's in the dirt. Nice block by Tyler Plumpton.
Always a great buzz at both ballparks when the Highway 400 rivals square off, and there's usually a good contingent of Barrie fans at Christie Pitts, and they get fired up when Toronto comes here.
2-2 pitch, fouled off out of play. Yeah, I made the trip down to Christie Pitts earlier this year for Baycats and Maple Leafs, and a lot of energy at that ballpark between both fan bases for sure.
Well, the great thing at Christie Pitts is if the game gets boring, there's so many other things to do around there.
Popped up in foul territory on the right side. Here comes Ricky Phillips in foul territory. It just gets off the warning track and into the Red Sox dugout. Phillips chasing that one down, actually made his way into the bullpen.
Yeah, he made it interesting. He had a long way to go, and there's a ton of foul territory down that left field line. Running as fast as he could. There really wasn't any way he could turn on the Jets anymore.
So we're back in another 2-2 pitch from Christian Lazar to Vaibhav Desai. Just low, it's going to make the count full.
Well, the biggest pitch of the night from Christian Lazar thus far is right here.
All runners will be off on the pitch. Here it is. Driven into right center field. Going back on it is McGarry Doyle. He settles under it and makes the catch. A fist pump from Christian Lazar as he walks back to the Baycats dugout. A huge jam that he gets out of there, maintaining a 2-0 Baycats lead as we head to the bottom half of the fifth. You're watching Baycats TV and Rogers TV in Barrie.
At Domino's, mix and match any 2 or more pizzas and sides for just $8.99 each. Like when pizza night's more like pizza and lava cakes night, or pasta and stuffed cheesy bread night, or we're gonna need a bigger table night. Mix and match Canada's favorite pizza and more at Domino's.
From basic to cosmetic dentistry, Smiles on Essa Dental has all your dental needs covered to knock your oral health out of the park.
I'm Chrissy Fans from 400 Chrysler and Barrie Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. This year, we are the community partners of the Barrie Baycats. Community is near and dear to our hearts here at the dealerships and one of our core values, so we can support local and shop local.
Baycats and Red Sox as we go to the fifth inning. It's brought to you by Phaetrum, aluminum and siding, quality above all else.
Back to the top of the Baycats order. Kenise Ejo to lead it off. Julius Hern along with Ben Davy, our entire Baycats TV crew on what has become a beautiful Wednesday night for baseball. A rare Wednesday night at Vintage Throne Stadium.
It is a beautiful night, but I'm still putting my jacket on at the end of June. Which is okay, given the heat that we had last week. My goodness.
A little bit of a breeze coming in straight away from center field.
Certainly won't complain about a beautiful night like tonight.
Ejo fouls that one off the end of the bat. 1-1 the count. Ejo looking for his first hit of the game. On the ground, nice diving stop. That's Bowles at third base, and the throw is not in time. Picked by Burdett. Can't get the speedy Kenise Ejo, an infield single to lead off the fifth.
Well, a great effort by Kieran Bowles, very reminiscent of that play that Hayden Jaco made earlier where he stretched all out on a diving grab to keep the ball in the infield, and unfortunately Bowles just unable to get the throw over in time. And of course, when you got Kenise Ejo turning on the afterburners, you don't have a lot of time to begin with. Big infield hit for the Baycats here to lead off the fifth.
First knock of the game for Kenise Ejo. McGarry Doyle had one in the first inning, but was later stranded. Bowles playing at the infield grass. Cut and a miss on a low breaking ball from McGarry Doyle. Ejo looks like he's ready to go at first base. Throw over to first as Ejo dives back. It's the first disengagement for DeLugo. Ejo stays. It's lofted into left field. The catch is made by Luke Allen, and Ejo will have to head back to first base. One down.
Ejo always a threat to steal. He has 9 so far this season and has been caught just once. And of course, last year set that Baycats franchise single season record for stolen bases with 26 steals. Caught just twice in all of 2023.
Well, this man at the plate right here, Ricky Phillips, 11 steals on the season for him. And you mentioned how often he's been caught this year, 5 times now after the one in the first inning. But he's only 2 back of the IBL lead. Modest lead at first base for Ejo. He doesn't go. Pitches outside. Huge cut from Phillips, and that's the first strike of his at bat. 2-1. Phillips from Reynoldsburg, Ohio, a little suburb just outside of Columbus.
Wonder if he grew up a Cincinnati fan or a Cleveland fan.
I was actually talking to him about that on Sunday. He said he doesn't really pay attention much to professional baseball. He said he would go to Columbus Clippers games, or the AAA affiliate of the Cleveland Guardians, when he was growing up, but much more of a football fan for him. But yeah, so he doesn't really pay attention to professional baseball much.
Well, these guys in the IBL, once the season here gets started, of course, there's not a lot of time to watch Major League Baseball.
So that one's high, and Phillips works a walk. So arguably the two speediest runners on this Baycats lineup are both on base. And maybe a little bit of confusion here with the umpiring crew about the count. Like we mentioned earlier, the scoreboard in the park, not available today. Brand new one put in. It'll be ready to go tomorrow.
Home plate umpire Ryan Jackson mentioned he's going to help us out a little more than usual with the balls and strikes behind home plate because we don't have the scoreboard to go by, and he announces now that the count is actually 3-2.
Josh Matlow out to have a chat with first base umpire Scott Costello. So Phillips gets back to home plate, steps in, and with a full count after thinking that was going to be a walk, so Ejo's back at first base with 1 out. Ejo goes, the full count pitch is flown into right field. Vibe Abdesai runs in to make the catch. Ejo heads up base running, gets back to first base. Now there's 2 down.
Yeah, Ejo had to be ready in that situation. Got some help from his teammates so that he knew to scamper back to first base, not get doubled off. As McQuinn comes to the plate. So without a scoreboard tonight to help us, it's almost like calling a game at Christie Pitts where you can't see the balls and strikes from the broadcast area. Fans can see the balls and strikes on the top of the broadcast booth, if you can call it that. But it's out of sight of the announcers, one of those odd quirks.
First pitch to Brad McQuinn's a called strike. McQuinn, like we mentioned earlier in the broadcast, unfamiliar to the cleanup spot, but he's the designated hitter replacement for Ryan Rio, who's unavailable this evening. Another called strike as McQuinn watches a changeup go by him.
Speaking of Christie Pitts, he made one of the best catches we've seen this year at that ballpark.
Absolutely.
In left field.
His offense hasn't been all that consistent, but his defense sure has. But he's in as the DH today. Ejo was almost caught leading there, but he gets back with a dive.
I think he was trying to take a running start there maybe and try to swipe second. You know, he's looking for a pitch here that he can get a good jump on.
He's being a bit more modest with his lead. Doesn't go there. Fouled off by McQuinn. So 0-2 on McQuinn, 2 out. Ejo with a short lead at first. He's dancing and he goes, but fouled off by McQuinn to the screen.
Ejo reminds me of so much of a guy like Ricky Henderson, who I think just goes whenever he feels ready. He doesn't really have to think too much about the situation as far as the count or the number of outs in the inning. If he has a good read, he's studying the pitcher, and as soon as he feels like the time is right, he's off.
That's the kind of relationship he has with the coaching staff. They've given him freedom. Popped up again. Shallow left field. Heading over there is shortstop Gus Wilson, but Luke Allen comes in to make the catch to end the inning. So Kenise Ejo led off the inning with a single, but eventually is stranded. The Baycats take a 2-0 lead in the 6th inning. We'll be right back on Rogers TV in Barrie and Baycats TV on YouTube.
Danielle May Real Estate, supporting the Barrie Baycats and ready to help with all of your real estate questions. What is your home worth? Should you sell now or wait? Danielle is dedicated to your success. The next time you think real estate, think Danielle May. From basic to cosmetic dentistry, Smiles on Essa Dental has all your dental needs covered to knock your oral health out of the park.
New pitcher into the ballgame for the Barrie Baycats, and it's Ryan Lacasse who enters the 6th inning after 4 2/3 scoreless innings from Christian Lazar. Lacasse' last appearance was against these Brantford Red Sox on Sunday. Like we mentioned earlier, he took the loss in that one without giving up an earned run.
Yeah, really unfortunate end of that game. If you're a Baycats fan, one swing was all it took to get that runner in from second in the 10th.
Lacasse got the last out of the 9th inning to get the Baycats out of a jam. And then came back in the 10th, and leadoff single off the bat of David Alvarez ended it. On the ground to third base, and another diving play by Hayden Jaco. The throw to first is not in time. Nick Burdett, speedy considering his size, and he gets over there with an infield single.
And these Baycat fans giving Jaco a really nice round of applause for that effort, despite Burdett reaching base safely. But that ball, unlike the one that was hit to him earlier in the ballgame, was not hit very hard. And he made a great effort to lay out for it, but by the time he got up, just not enough time to throw out Burdett.
There's Jeremy Veilleux. I think his first pitch outside. Not only that, Jaco was kind of playing a little bit shifted towards second base with the lefty Burdett.
Yeah, he had a little more ways to go.
Yeah, it almost looked like he wasn't going to get there at all. But a great effort nonetheless. Lined into left field and sinking. It's going to get down in front of Ricky Phillips. So first hit of the game for Jeremy Veilleux, and the Red Sox have 2 on.
Second baseman, number 23, Jarrett Lupton.
I just find that in extra innings with that free runner at second base, it seems to give the home team just such a huge advantage. I know it shouldn't. It's equal for both sides, right? But it just seems like a big advantage when you can go up there. If the other team hasn't scored, you know you can win it with one swing of the bat. And we've had a couple of years to get used to it now, and it still feels a little bit odd to me.
Well, the thing is, too, like even if the road team scores 1 in the top half of the inning, you're still 1 swing away because you can hit as funny as it sounds, a leadoff 2-run home run.
That's right.
So here's Jared Lupton. He shows bunt, and he gets it down towards third base. Hayden Jaco right there to make the play. But the sacrifice is made, 1 down.
Yeah, and then the road team starts to think, well, you know what, we need to get more than one run here in this top half of the inning for that very reason that you just mentioned. And it kind of creates a bit of a different mental approach that just doesn't even feel like baseball to me. It wouldn't be a normal situation like it would be in the playoffs where you're trying to scratch out that one go-ahead run. Now you're thinking, gee, maybe we should try to get 2 or 3 runs here and make sure we're really in a safe position.
Well, speaking of that, here's the man who ended the game on Sunday, David Alvarez. Checked down to third base. Yes, he went. So 0-1 already to Alvarez. Ryan Lacasse, and arguably the biggest jam he's had all year. That one just misses low and away on a fastball.
No, a key at bat by Lupton to advance these runners to get Burdett to third and Veilleux to second. A low-scoring game like this. Let's see how key that might end up being. Puts Brantford in a pretty good spot here.
1-1 is another outside pitch. That one a breaking ball. 2-1. Alvarez 4 for 6 with 2 RBI on Sunday. He pops it up. Foul territory. Ricky Phillips charging in with a lot of speed, and he gets over there and makes the catch. Burdett thought about tagging, but he stays at third base. A huge second out for the Baycats.
Yeah, if that ball was hit a little bit deeper, Burdett might have tried, but he just doesn't quite have the speed there at third base, and that ball wasn't hit that deep.
Especially with Phillips charging in, having that momentum to potentially make a throw to home plate. Not worth it if you're the Red Sox.
Well, Lacasse with a chance to keep that ERA at 0. How about this? 2 outs now. He might get out of this inning unscathed.
So here's Evan Ryan, struck out in the second, lined out to center last inning. Sees a first pitch strike in the outside corner.
Lacasse, a familiar name here in Barrie, familiar last name, but no relation to Marcel Lacasse. We've been asked that by fans a few times. Marcel played third base here for several seasons.
0-1 is up high. Yeah, Lacasse left the Baycats, ended up going to the Kitchener Panthers last year.
had at least one huge night that I can remember against the Baycats coming back.
I believe it was the first game back, too.
Yeah, I think you're right. And
he had a home run in that game, if I recall.
We've seen that with a few guys. Christian Kuzemka was another one who had a
Yes.
big game when he came back. And then Victor Plaz this season. A lot of former Baycats like to come back and really deliver big when they return.
Huge pitch here for Lacasse. The 1-2. Up and away.
I don't mind that pitch right there in that situation. Just see if Ryan will chase one a little bit. He didn't.
Crowd's been a bit somber tonight, but they're right into this at bat. Curveball got him. Evan Ryan caught looking. Ryan Lacasse with a confident strut back to the Baycats dugout. Gets out of a huge jam. Baycats will take a 2-0 lead into the bottom half of the 6th inning. You're watching Baycats TV and Rogers TV in Barrie.
Alliance Billiards and Sports in the northeast end of Barrie. A fun, friendly family environment offering pool, darts, karaoke, and live entertainment. Enjoy a large variety of delicious food and drinks on the patio. You'll come as a stranger and leave as a friend. From basic to cosmetic dentistry, Smiles on Essa Dental has all your dental needs covered to knock your oral health out of the park. BarrieToday.com. Local news, weather, Baycat scores, and more. BarrieToday.com. Your community, your news.
We're at Vintage Throne Stadium in Springwater Township. The bottom of the 6th brought to you by Moving.ca. Two small men with big hearts moving, making moving stress-free for over 35 years. Here's Julius Hern.
Thank you, Ben. We are here in the bottom of the 6th inning. 2-0 Baycats lead. And that second run, all thanks to this man, Hayden Jaco. Led off the 4th inning with a huge home run to left center field. He's leading off this inning again. Against Ricardo DeLugo, who's out for his 6th inning of work. Jaco shows bunt, takes the pitch low.
Jaco getting it done tonight on both sides of the ball. The solo homer, a big one in the 4th inning, and then outstanding play defensively, one of the nicest we've seen all year.
Curveball just catches the outside part of the plate. It's 1-1. So DeLugo out for his 6th inning of work, but Isaiah Ramos is throwing in the Red Sox pen. Broken bat, sounded like flare into left center field, and it's going to be caught by David Alvarez.
Alvarez has made 2 or 3 really nice catches in center field for the Red Sox here this evening, and a beautiful grab there, ranging to his right.
Like I said, sounded like a broken bat for Hayden Jaco, but that ball just kept carrying. Here's Roy Sando. Just his 3rd game with the Baycats this year. 0 for 2 tonight. Swings and misses at the first pitch. The 0-1, another cut and a miss from Ando. Got the first chance to talk to Ando on Sunday, and he's a year away from becoming a doctor.
No kidding. Wow.
He's studying naturopathic medicine. He's kind of in like the intern phase.
Gotta feel pretty good.
Very busy guy. 3-time all-academic Big Ten when he was in college at Michigan State. driven to deep left field. If it stays fair, it could go. And it's just foul off the bottom of the wall.
You could hear the clink off the metal on the base of the fence there, and Ando gave that one a pretty good ride. That's pretty amazing. You think about these guys in the Intercounty Baseball League, and they play ball, they get into as many games as they can, but they've got careers, they've got, in some cases, studying that they're doing, and families, of course. So there's a lot of things going on in their lives outside of baseball.
Takes that one up high. It's 2-2, and yeah, commend Roy Sando. He was explaining it to me last year how it's naturopathic medicine, so all these kind of different natural ways of healing and medical care. Very interesting field. 2-2 pitch from DeLugo is outside. 3-2 now. Three, two, one out. Here's the 3-2 pitch. It's a wave and a miss from Ando. Another outside pitch, but he chases that one for the second out.
Ricky DeLugo has retired 5 in a row now since the Baycats got a base runner in the 5th. Canisijo leading off that inning with a single, but he has really found his groove here in these middle innings.
Second strikeout tonight for Royce Ando, and that's going to bring up Nolan Macabroda, who both times he's been up has made some great contact. First a single in the second, then a line out on a nice catch by David Alvarez in the 4th. One 0 pitch from DeLugo, foul tipped into the glove. Macabroda, that looked like a home run cut right there, swinging out of his shoes a little bit. One pitch. On the ground to second base. Lupton scoops it up. Easy throw over to first, and a little bit of wincing there from Nolan Macabroda. He's been nursing an oblique injury, but nonetheless, we'll head to the 7th. The Baycats still up 2-0. Ben Davy to call the rest of this game for you on Baycats TV and Rogers TV in Barrie.
Hi, I'm Chrissy Fans from 400 Chrysler and Barrie Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. This year, we are the community partners of the Barrie Baycats. Community is near and dear to our hearts here at the dealerships and one of our core values, so we can support local and shop local.
The only North Barrie Market, your go-to for homemade meals, catering service, and the freshest locally sourced meat. Get ready for an unforgettable barbecue experience with Barrie Best Barbecue coming soon. All at North Barrie Market, 580 Bayfield. Moving.ca. For all your moving needs for over 35 years, Moving.ca. The original 2 men who just happen to be small, who make moving stress-free. 2 small men with big hearts moving. We always have a big heart for you at Moving.ca. From basic to cosmetic dentistry, Smiles on Essa Dental has all your dental needs covered to knock your oral health out of the park.
To the 7th inning we go on what has turned into a relatively chilly late June Wednesday night here at Vintage Throne Stadium between the Baycats and the Red Sox. And a great bit of pitching by Ricky DeLugo to get the Baycats 3 up, 3 down to end the 6th. Red Sox bullpen has some activity going as we speak, so we'll see if that's it for DeLugo tonight. But on the Baycats side, it's Ryan Lacasse back out for a second inning of work here on the top of the 7th inning. Luke Allen, the number 9 hitter, reached on an error earlier in this game. First pitch swinging, and he fouls it away.
One defensive replacement to make note of. James Anderson's in at first base for the Baycats. We saw on that last swing from Nola Macabrota, kind of wincing. He's been nursing an oblique injury over the last week or so. I think that swing might have aggravated something.
This one out of the reach of Lacasse, picked up by the second baseman. Quick throw over in time for the out. Ando had to hustle that throw, and he was able to get it over there in time to nab Luke Allen.
Shortstop number 27.
So one away for the leadoff hitter, Gus Wilson.
So this will be the first appearance of the season at first base for James Anderson. We've only seen him behind the dish so far this year, but another guy that can be very versatile around the field.
As we mentioned earlier in the broadcast, in case you missed it, the Baycats bench pretty thin tonight, as this pitch is fouled off to the right side. And a big reason why is this game was postponed and then resumed from 2 weeks ago. So some guys that were in the original lineup that were removed tonight are not eligible to re-enter this game. Among them, Noah Hull, Zachary Orchard, Adam Ott, and Ryan Rio, who are not here tonight. Outside corner for a called strike. Cesar Rosado started that game, and he's being saved for later this weekend.
Yeah, he's the expected starter Saturday night in Welland.
No balls, 2 strikes. Off speed and a slow. Wilson tonight 0 for 2 with a walk. Lacasse stretches that glove high above his head, looks in. The full windup and the delivery. Foul back to the screen. That one caromed off the metal and then came up, rolled up the netting. We've seen some interesting things here tonight with foul balls. And it almost went up over top of the netting after hitting the bar at the base of it. Ryan Lacasse. And it's low and away. Good patience from Wilson. Count 2-2.
Gus Wilson's been so valuable offensively to this Red Sox team. He's hitting .345 on the season, but the Baycats have managed to keep him 1 for 9 on the year so far.
A high pop-up in the infield. Burns calls for it. Makes the catch. 2 down in the inning. And this is Kieran Bowles. Brantford wearing the dark navy jerseys with red tonight. The Baycats wearing the home whites. And the game started with Barrie wearing the throwback Thursday reds. So that's a little strange. Something you don't see very often. A team change its uniform mid-game. Not really mid-game. 13 pitches into it, but still. Swing and a miss. Strike 1.
Well, they'll be back in those throwback reds tomorrow against the Toronto Maple Leafs. Maple Leafs are here tomorrow and next Thursday, so back-to-back throwback Thursdays against the Maple Leafs.
And they have some different-looking uniforms this year. That one hit him.
And right in on the hands of Kieran Bowles. Not much of a reaction, but you could audibly pick up it, graze off his knuckles a little bit.
Here's Desai, the right fielder. Runner on for Lacasse. 2 out. So he'll work from the stretch here. Catches the inside part of the plate for a strike. Anderson holds on the runner. Bowles dancing around, does not go. This one flared to the left side over near the Red Sox bullpen.
You can see Ryan Lacasse, in his delivery and his setup, he's much more intense when there's a runner on base. You see, he starts to get lower in his stance once he comes set. Right there.
Crowd behind him here as he deals the 0-2. And again, a foul ball over to the Brantford bullpen. Ricky Phillips giving chase. No chance on that. And we'll do it again on 0-2. Well, he got out of a jam in the 6th with 2 on, back-to-back singles by Burdette and Bayou. Really the closest Brantford has come tonight. They had 2 in scoring position. Lacasse ended that inning with a strikeout. Here's the 0-2 on the ground. Anderson handles it on the short hop, steps on the bag himself, and that will do it. Brantford strands a runner in the 7th. It is stretch time here at Vintage Throne Stadium with the Baycats on top by a score of 2-0. You're watching Baycats TV and Rogers TV in Barrie.
From basic to cosmetic dentistry, Smiles on Essa Dental has all your dental needs covered to knock your oral health out of the park. The Collingwood Brewery at 10 Sanford Fleming, producing delicious lagers, ales, and seltzers since 2014. The proud home of the Baycats Brew. Check out their retail shop and tap room and select products at the LCBO, beer store, and grocery stores. Cheers and go Baycats!
Domino's, mix and match any 2 or more pizzas and sides for just $8.99 each. Like when pizza night's more like pizza and lava cakes night, or pasta and stuffed cheesy bread night, or we're gonna need a bigger table night. Mix and match Canada's favorite pizza and more at Domino's.
Bottom of the 7th inning, Baycats on top, 2-0 over the Brantford Red Sox. Third of 6 regular season matchups between these clubs.
The 7th inning is brought to you by Psycho Solutions, full automotive service from headlight to tailpipe.
Here comes Tyler Plumpton to lead off the bottom of the 7th. Carson Burns and Kanisi Joe also due up. Plumpton tonight, 1 for 2. And you mentioned that remarkable streak of reaching base in every game so far this year.
This is his 10th game of the season for Plumpton. Singled in the 4th inning, extending that streak. That streak has been saved a couple times by him getting hit by a pitch.
Wow. He seems to get hit a lot.
That's happened a few times this year.
Ricky DeLugo, a big reason why this score is still 2-0. This one hit on the ground. And it's an easy throw to first to get Plumpton, 1 away.
Shortstop number 3.
The hot-hitting Carson Burns is up now. Doubled and scored the game's first run for Barrie.
Yeah, huge 3-for-4 night his last game right here against Kitchener last week. Managed to put up 3 stolen bases in that game as well. But something's clicked for him, some hard contact. And tonight and last game, had a double in the 3rd. His swing has just seemed to be a bit more fluid over the last couple games.
Pitch from DeLugo. And he gets it for a called strike. 1-1 the count on Burns. Some stretching going on in the Brantford bullpen, but nobody throwing at the moment. Well, looks like the right-hander is back up again.
Yeah, it's Norman Coleman Goodwin.
He was throwing last inning. So he should be ready anytime if needed, but the way DeLugo has been going, they'll keep him out there as long as they can.
Coleman Goodwin pitched on Sunday and in the May 25th matchup between these two at Vintage Throne Stadium.
DeLugo's pitch, and a swing and a foul tip. Warren's way out in front of that one. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
If DeLugo could get through this inning, it would match his longest outing of the season. June 7th against Guelph, went 7 innings, gave up 2 earned runs on 7 hits.
Count holds 3-2 to Carson Burns. 1 out. We're in the bottom of the 7th. Barrie looking to add to a 2-0 lead. Crowd behind Carson Burns here as he lifts this one to left field. Shallow. And going back for it and making the catch is Luke Allen. How about Ricky DeLugo? He is retired 8 in a row now. That's exactly what they needed in the second half of this ball game to keep this score close. Canisijo will bat with 2 out.
And he's done it with a lot of fly ball outs. Only has 3 strikeouts on the evening. But he's going to get a mound visit here.
Time is called, so we'll have a visit out here on the mound. Brad Grieveson was throwing in the Baycat bullpen a little bit earlier. They've got the citronella lanterns going in the Barrie bullpen with the mosquitoes out here tonight. Actually haven't been too bad. They were biting earlier in the ball game, and now with the temperature dropping, kind of seems like they're leaving us alone a little bit.
Yeah, I would imagine with the rain that we had earlier today, they'd be coming out to feast this evening.
First couple innings, they were biting, and that's unusual because usually the bugs get thicker as the game goes on, but that hasn't been the case here tonight. A high pop-up, shallow left field. Allen coming in, and he slips, and the ball drops. It's a fair ball. Well, we talked about the possibility of the wet field conditions, and that grass has had a few hours to dry, but Allen just lost his footing from underneath him. That'll prolong the inning for Noel McGarry Doyle.
Yeah, it's not going to be scored an error, so that's another base hit for Canisijo, a double to keep this inning alive. And here comes Ken Lupton.
So second mound visit for the Red Sox, and that may be it for Ricky DeLugo as they have a conference on the mound. I'm told the first one was actually, I guess, a signals visit, so that will be it as DeLugo gets the hook, and a pitching change here for the Red Sox. So, man on, 2 out, bottom of the 7th. And the Baycats holding on to a 2-0 lead, looking to add more. You're watching Baycats TV and Rogers TV in Barrie. Here comes Norman Coleman Goodwin to face Noel McGarry Doyle. 2 out in the 7th.
Yeah, Coleman Goodwin, this will be his third appearance against the Baycats this year. He pitched on Sunday. His last outing went a third of an inning, got out of a jam late in the game, gave up a hit, only had to face 2 batters.
Runner goes, swing and a miss. Here's the throw down, head first slide. Tag is applied, and it's not in time. Kenise Ejo. Ejo reached on a fly ball that should have been caught by Luke Allen, but he slipped. Dropped for a hit, and now Ejo at third base with 2 out in the inning. Coleman Goodwin, delivery fouled off to the left.
Coleman Goodwin comes in this one with an 0-1 record, and that one loss was against the Baycats. I mentioned earlier, Nolan Macabroda with that game-winning home run on May 25th. It was against the sidearmer Coleman Goodwin.
Well, I mentioned how the Mosquitoes were leaving us alone, and now they're out.
You jinxed us.
They hurt us.
You jinxed us.
I think it's those citronella lanterns driving them over this way. Ball gets away. It's off the glove of AU. He gets up, and no play as Kenise Ejo comes in to score. So it's 3-0 Baycats with Ejo in on a pass ball and Noel McGarry Doyle with a 1-2 count.
Huge run for Barrie, just another insurance run. A clean slate here for Coleman Goodwin. That run's going to get charged to DeLugo.
DeLugo pitched very well tonight and got on a real roll from the 5th inning on. Swing and a miss. And a strikeout will end the 7th, but the Baycats score. Kenise Ejo adding some insurance. 3-0 Barrie through 7 on Rogers TV and Baycats TV.
The Collingwood Brewery at 10 Sanford Fleming, producing delicious lagers, ales, and seltzers since 2014. The proud home of the Baycats Brew. Check out their retail shop and tap room, and select products at the LCBO, beer store, and grocery stores. Cheers, and go Baycats! From basic to cosmetic dentistry, Smiles on Essa Dental has all your dental needs covered to knock your oral health out of the park. Danielle May Real Estate, supporting the Barrie Baycats and ready to help with all of your real estate questions. What is your home worth? Should you sell now or wait? Danielle is dedicated to your success. The next time you think real estate, think Danielle May. Visit Alliance Billiards and Sports in the northeast end of Barrie. A fun, friendly family environment offering pool, darts, karaoke, and live entertainment. Enjoy a large variety of delicious food and drinks on the patio. You'll come as a stranger and leave as a friend.
Here we go to the 8th inning at Vintage Throne Stadium, and Nick Burdett to lead it off for the Red Sox. Behind him, Jeremy Veilleux and Jared Lupton.
First baseman number 25, Nick Burdett.
We were reminded between innings there that tomorrow is it tomorrow? Hawaiian shirt night here?
Tomorrow night is tropical night.
Tropical night. Doesn't have to be Hawaiian, anything tropical. So I have a Hawaiian shirt I'll wear, and you mentioned you've got something as well. Hopefully
something.
the mosquitoes aren't biting.
But that wouldn't be very tropical.
Vintage Throne Stadium is anything but tropical on some nights here. And I should mention, too, in Brantford, the one game that I did go there, the bugs were pretty bad, but they weren't mosquitoes. They were the kind of bugs that just sort of land on you. They don't do anything.
Oh.
So we're known for the mosquitoes up here, the Bay City Biters, as they were called by our producer, Barrie Backland. The Brantford bugs, we'll have to find a name for them, but they don't bite, which is nice.
Well, I was there on Sunday for the game between these two, and it was an afternoon game. The bugs weren't too bad at all. I would imagine a night game, they definitely come out a bit more noticeable.
Great ballpark. Arnold Anderson Stadium, really nestled into and kind of an older neighborhood in Brantford. Not unlike Chatham-Kent. It's kind of got that old school kind of feel to it. The one issue, though, is with the sun setting in dead center field. They have to delay the start of the game sometimes because of that. But
I went there on Sunday, and they have another diamond kind of across the parking lot, and I got there, and I realized I've played there before.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty cool.
I played at that other ballpark before in a tournament when I was a youth.
And it's a short drive from downtown, too, which is nice. Everything's close. You can get a bite to eat after the game. Everything's close by. Unlike here, we're kind of out in the middle of nowhere. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Pitch from Lacasse. Just missed. A little down in the zone. Count even 2-2. Burdette 1 for 3.
Well, Lacasse's sequencing has been excellent all night. Now, prime example was a strikeout to get him out of the 6th inning.
Hit weakly to second. Ando bobbled it, picked it up, made the throw. Veteran second baseman knew exactly how to handle that. 1 down.
Catcher number 12, Jeremy Vayu.
Red Sox have a very rich history in Brantford, and I always love reading about sports teams that have a lot of history, sometimes more than 100 years worth of history. And the Red Sox in Brantford date back to the year 1911. Originally a member of the Canadian Baseball League. That league ended up folding. This one to straightaway center. Should be an easy catch for Canisijo, and he lost sight of it. Ball drops in front of him. A rare miscue by Canisijo. He threw his hands out. He looked like he was calling for some help and didn't know where that was.
Just by his body language, it looked like he had a beat on it for sure. And then at the last second, as it was making its descent, he just lost it in the lights, it looked like. Usually when you get to the twilight stages of the evening and a clear sky, the ball's really hard to pick up in the outfield, but still a bit of a cloud cover here at Vintage Throne Stadium. Lights definitely could be the culprit there.
9:30, but it's not completely dark yet. There's still a little bit of light up there in the sky, so just enough that it messed up Ejo and the ball dropped in front of him. So Vayu at second. Here's Lupton. Takes the pitch high and away. Ryan Lacasse, his 3rd inning of work here in relief. Here's the pitch, and a breaking ball for a strike. You mentioned that effective pitch sequencing and really on display here in this at bat. He's able to get the count to 1-2 now. Still just 1 out in the inning. Runner in scoring position. Here's the pitch. A little flare down the line, and it's just foul. Count will hold.
Well, something I really like about Ryan Lacasse, not only just like something that stood out to me when I first watched him pitch for the Baycats was his mechanical form. He's got great posture out there, but something I like even more than that is that he can get first pitch strikes, and that's so big for a pitcher where you can get out in front of the count really early.
The only active Baycat on the roster who has yet to allow an earned run. Checks the runner. The 1-2. Fouled back to the screen. Great at bat here. Jared Lupton battling Ryan Lacasse.
A bit of a reach there from Lupton, but you can tell he's eager to hit, just staying alive in this at bat, 1-2.
Red Sox have 15 titles in their history. That is the most in the IBL. And, of course, they won 6 straight from 2008 to 2013. And the Baycats flipped the script and won 6 of their own. Swing and a miss. Plumpton with the throw to first. It's in time for the out. Runner stays at second. It's a strikeout for IMP North, and there's 2 down for number 7 hitter David Alvarez.
Well, that's the 5th strikeout for the Baycats tonight. You know what that means, Ben?
Mr. Rob Daniels tell you, free fries. And Ryan Lacasse is going to get a handshake, and I'm sure all the French fries he wants. As he comes off the field, hands the ball to his manager, and the Baycats will bring in the bearded veteran right-hander Brad Grieveson. Pitching change for the Baycats will step aside. You're watching Baycats TV and Rogers TV in Barrie. So 1 on, 2 out. We're at the top of the 8th inning. Red Sox trailing by 3. Tying run is on deck, and it'll be 40-something right-hander Brad Grieveson on to pitch for the Baycats.
Grieveson comes into this one with a 1-1 record, and that one win was here May 25th against the Brantford Red Sox in that 3-2 Baycats W.
David Alvarez. He was the hero on Sunday afternoon in Brantford.
It's been a rough season so far for Grieveson. 8 earned runs in just 3 1/3 innings in his 3 appearances this year.
Grieveson loves to attack the zone. He seldom gives up walks. And he's ahead here, no balls and 2 strikes with a runner in scoring position. Pitch to Alvarez on the way. Foul back to the screen. That one went over the screen and into the trees.
Final line, or not quite final. Ryan Lacasse still responsible for that runner on second base, but 2 2/3 innings, 2 strikeouts, 3 hits.
Solid relief appearance. This one hit to the right side, and it's past Royce Endo and into right field. They'll wave the runner around, and into scores Jeremy Veilleux to make it a 3-1 ball game, and the Red Sox are on the board.
First earned run of the season for Ryan Lacasse. As we mentioned it all night, a huge storyline for us, our stats nerds. There it is right there.
Well, still an outstanding relief appearance despite allowing the earned run, and very effective pitching in these late innings for the Baycats. Evan Ryan now to bat, the designated hitter.
And even then, you could argue that it should have been an out. Ejo just lost that ball in the lights.
Very true. Two hopper to short. Burns gloves it, makes the running throw. It's high, and Anderson with a big reach to pull it down in time for the out, and that will do it. So Grieveson gets his teammates off the field. Red Sox get on the board. It's Barrie 3, Brantford 1. You're watching Baycats TV and Rogers TV in Barrie.
From basic to cosmetic dentistry, Smiles on Essa Dental has all your dental needs covered to knock your oral health out of the park. The only North Barrie Market, your go-to for homemade meals, catering service, and the freshest locally sourced meat. Get ready for an unforgettable barbecue experience with Barrie Best Barbecue coming soon. All at North Barrie Market, 580 Bayfield. BarrieToday.com. Local news, weather, Baycat scores, and more. BarrieToday.com. Your community, your news.
Welcome back to Vintage Throne Stadium. A 3-1 lead for the Barrie Baycats as we enter the bottom half of the 8th inning. It's brought to you by United Way Simcoe Muskoka, making poverty unignorable. To learn how you can help, you can visit uwsimcoemuskoka.ca.
Ben Davy, Julius Hern, and a whole bunch of mosquitoes here at Vintage Throne Stadium on this Wednesday night. Pretty sure I've gotten bitten a couple of times already here this evening. As Isaiah Ramos will come into the game, he will be the third pitcher for the Red Sox here this evening. Ricky Phillips to the plate. The kick and the delivery just missed.
Ramos, this will be his 8th appearance. He's made 2 starts this year. Comes in with an 0-3 record. 12 earned runs allowed in 13 and a third innings this year for the lefty.
It's a 3-0 count. Patience from Phillips. Brad McQuinn on deck. Pitch from Ramos. Fastball outside. It's a 4-pitch walk. Phillips is aboard to lead off the bottom of the 8th inning.
Designated hitter number 47.
First walk of the evening allowed by Red Sox pitching. We saw Phillips almost get walked earlier, and then after discussion, it was decided that they had the count wrong. But
Brad McQuinn is 0 for 3 tonight, the DH and cleanup hitter. This game has reached the 2-hour mark, and remember, we've got to add 4 minutes to the total of tonight's game, too, because this game began 13 days ago. 13 pitches into the game, the rains came, and it was postponed until resumption here tonight. First pitch strike to Brad McQuinn.
Ricky Phillips, not a guy you want to give up a free base to, but he's going to have a tough time getting a good jump on the lefty Ramos.
Takes a lead. Does not go. McQuinn showing bunt. It's right in front of the plate. It's in play. The throw is in time for the out. So McQuinn retired 2-3. Phillips gets to second, and there's one out in the inning.
Second baseman.
That ball just got stuck right in front of the plate in that dirt the grounds crew laid over the wet area around the plate before the game. And it looked like Vayu kind of overran the ball right in front of the plate, maybe not even realizing that it was fair. But Brad McQuinn was telling me on Sunday that he's still nursing a bit of a hip flexor injury. He's only running at about 80-85% of his capacity. But still a successful sacrifice.
Home plate umpire Ryan Jackson right there to make the call. And you're right, that ball just kind of jammed right into that dirt, almost like clay. Just no spin, no roll on that ball at all. It just stayed right where it was, right in front of the plate, and stayed in play. Good call by the umpire, and good job by Ricky Phillips to get into scoring position here. This one to left field. Allen underneath it, makes the catch. Phillips retreats. 2 out in the inning.
Second baseman number 7, Royce.
Jaco has made some great contact. Every time he's been up this evening, obviously he has that home run that gave the Baycats a 2-0 lead, but every other time he's flown out with some hard contact and even a broken bat. It's really got his swing right lately. He's swinging a hot bat, hitting over 400.
I don't know how you're sitting there without any bug spray on, Julius, to be honest with you. Every game I bring my bug spray and I offer it to you and you decline, and somehow the bugs leave you alone.
They must like your blood more than mine.
I mean, I know this is not your favorite fragrance in the world. I don't think Ralph Lauren makes bug spray, but definitely an essential on a night like tonight.
You know what? Me saying no will probably end up catching up to me, but that's okay.
Swing and a miss. A hard cut by Roy Sando, who has yet to reach base safely tonight. Couple of strikeouts. Left-hander Isaiah Ramos. Strike away from preventing the Baycats from adding to their 3-1 lead. Runner goes. Pitch outside. Here's the throw, and that ball bounces up to the third baseman, Kieran Bowles, who really wasn't in position for that throw.
Yeah, Bowles didn't even cover the bag. He stayed exactly where he was, about 5 feet behind and to the left in his defensive position. Vayu still made the throw anyway. It looked like with Phillips cutting in front of Bowles, he might not have been able to see that one, and if it got by him, Phillips is easily going to score.
Great read by Ricky Phillips, who swipes third. 2 out in the inning. Pitch from Ramos on the way. And that bat will continue. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Baycats 3, Red Sox 1. We're in the 8th. Ramos gets the sign. Catcher Jeremy Vayu now comes set. The kick and the delivery. and it's launched foul. These teams will be right back at it here on Sunday afternoon at 3 o'clock. Hopefully a lot more sunshine and a few less mosquitoes for that matinee against the Red Sox and the Baycats. Canada Day weekend, so shouldn't have too much traffic to deal with on the Sunday. That one's inside. Count is full now, 3-2.
Like we mentioned, this is the start of a 5-game and 6-day stretch for the Baycats, culminating in 3 straight Saturday, Sunday, Monday this long weekend.
Very little time for either of these teams to rest. Here's the pitch, and it's in the dirt, ball 4. They appealed to first, he did not go. Jeremy Veilleux wanted to see if Ando offered at that pitch, but first base umpire Scott Costello saying he did not. So it's a base on balls, 2 walks in the inning. Phillips is at third, Ando is at first. James Anderson will try to break this one open. And it's his first at bat of the night.
Yeah, he's coming in with just 1 hit on the season. Hasn't had a ton of playing time, like I mentioned. Today's his first time playing first base this year. Only gotten in 4 games previous to this one.
Swing and a miss, hard fastball.
But coming into this one, 1 for 8, hasn't had a ton of opportunity.
Ramos takes a long look in.
Wonder if Ando takes a shot. Going for 2 here.
Bluff to start, and it's a called strike.
Yeah, neither of the middle infielders were really playing near the bag. The closest is Jarrett Lupton, and even him being able to cover the bag on a throw is a bit of a stretch.
Baycats have been aggressive on the bases all season.
That stolen base from Phillips was his 12th on the year.
Fouled over the screen. That delivery by Ramos seemed to fool Ando, who went back to the bag thinking maybe he was going to draw a throw. So the count 0-2. Anderson in the hole here. And now Anderson fakes a throw. Didn't even have the ball in his hand. I'm not sure I've seen that in a while, if ever. He might have been swatting bugs, says our producer Brian Backland. Now the runner does go. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Doesn't matter. Anderson down swinging, and that will do it for Barrie. So they're unable to score in the bottom of the 8th, and now we'll go to the top of the 9th inning with Brad Grieveson heading back to the hill to try to shut this one down for the Baycats tonight. Through 8, it's the Baycats 3, the Red Sox 1. Watching Baycats TV and Rogers TV in Barrie.
From basic to cosmetic dentistry, Smiles on ESSA Dental has all your dental needs covered to knock your oral health out of the park.
Umpire Ryan Jackson, who is looking up to the press box here. And whatever it was, it has been resolved. As we get ready for the ninth, Luke Allen, Gus Wilson, and Kieran Bowles. Fouled over the screen, strike one.
Huge spot here for Brad Grieveson. Kind of a get-right outing, I would imagine, would be the idea for Josh Matlow. He's given up 8 earned runs in 3 1/3 innings coming into this one.
And Grieveson quickly ahead here. No balls, 2 strikes. Allen 0 for 3 tonight. Reached on an error. Swing and a miss. Strikeout for IMP North to lead off the ninth.
This
Ninth inning brought to you by United Way Simcoe Muskoka, making poverty unignorable. To learn how you can help, you can visit uwsimcoemuskoka.ca.
Brad Grieveson, IBL veteran, a member of the 2005 championship Baycats team, their first in franchise history, and a second stint with this organization, and a guy who just breathes baseball. If you know Brad, he plays, he coaches. Wouldn't surprise me if he sleeps in his jersey. And will talk your ear off about anything related to the game at all. And is also a coach for these young pitchers on this Baycats squad, and able to mentor so many of these young arms and teach them the finer points of the game.
Well, he coaches youth baseball with his son's team, I believe. So
yeah, just got back from Indiana, I think, last week, and puts a lot of miles on that family vehicle, I can tell you
absolutely.
that. Inside, 2 balls, 2 strikes here to Gus Wilson.
It's crazy to think his career in the IBL goes back all the way to 2002, and he was the Rookie of the Year that year.
Here's the pitch. A roller to short. Burns handles it, makes the throw in time. 2 away in the inning. And here's Kieran Bowles.
Third baseman number 10, Kieran Bowles.
And how appropriate. Here's the man at the plate who was at the plate when the rain came 13 days ago and delayed this one to this moment here tonight. Started the second half of the game, not half, but the resumption of this game with a 3-2 count. Was able to draw a walk. And Brad Grieveson will try to finish him off and send these fans home happy. 3-1 Baycats, nobody on, 2 out. Here's the pitch. Outside corner for a strike, it's 1-1.
All that said, Bowles had a great game.
They appeal at first, and he wins, says Scott Costello. And it's a 1 ball, 2 strike count on Kieran Bowles.
Fans getting into it now.
Foul to the right. Grieveson coming at him quickly here. The Red Sox have been playing a lot better coming into tonight after a 1-7 start. 5-3 in their last 8 since that 1-7 start, so 6 wins on the season. Pitch, and it's high.
Considering they only won 8 games in the last 2 seasons.
Yeah, 6-10 this year. There are 2 wins already from equaling last year's mark. That's quite a turnaround. Still early, though, here in 2024. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. And it's to short. Burns handles it, running throw, and it's in time for the out. And the Baycats win tonight by a score of 3-1. Christian Lazar came into this game technically in relief, but pitched very effectively, and basically what felt like a start for him, I'm sure, and a nice job by Ryan Lacasse coming in the middle innings as well, and it's Brad Grieveson closing the door here in the ninth.
Yeah, huge 4-out save for Brad Grieveson. That's going to do a lot for some confidence for him going forward after a couple of rough outings a little bit ago. But this Baycats team getting back in the win column is huge going into tomorrow night's game and a back-to-back, and then 3 straight upcoming this weekend. A huge stretch for them.
Some of my favorite words to say in all of baseball, and I don't get to say them very often, but I can say them this evening. We will see you tomorrow night here at Vintage Throne Stadium. For Brian Backland, Julius Hern, and our entire Baycats TV crew, I'm Ben Davy. Good night from Springwater Township.